Welcome to Gene and Mike to the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Sunday, March 1st, 2026. So, did this crossword come in like a lion?
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that.
I hope I have the month right.
Yes, you do.
Oh, good. All right. Would you say it came in like a lion or some
I-
other animal in the zodiac?
I guess so. It was an interesting challenge, I thought.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it wasn't super duper hard like sometimes Fridays and Saturdays are, but it definitely was a challenge. What do you think?
I thought it was fun. I was able to spot the theme eventually, thanks to the circled squares that made it clear where the theme was supposed to run.
Right. And the revealer helped too.
The revealer, yes. But you had to get halfway through the crossword to spot it.
Yes.
But I was actually able to get through this in fairly short order, and I didn't have too many mistakes. I think actually I just had one mistake,
Uh-huh.
and it was pretty clear because 11 down, out of bed, I had arizic
Oh.
as opposed to arisen.
Uh-huh.
And that was because of 39 across, wolf down. And I never know if it's scarf or snarf.
Snarf.
I think we've had this conversation before.
Well, I've heard scarf too,
Right.
actually. Mm-hmm.
Scarf some cookies. For some
Sure,
reason, that sounds right to me.
Sure.
So the big scarf debate continues. Out of curiosity, I wonder how many times snarf has appeared in the grid. Let's have a look. Snarf has appeared 19 times, whereas scarf has appeared, well, of course, 114 times. I'm pretty sure most of those are going to be things you wear.
Right.
No, there is chow down or wolf down or bolt down.
Huh?
So it can be scarf or snarf.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
Yes. The things you learn when looking through the archives, thanks to xwordinfo.com.
Yes.
So why don't we talk about that theme?
Okay. The name of the puzzle was Going Down Fast. And that's what you had to do with some of the answers to the themed clues, because you didn't have enough squares to fill them all in, but there were some circled squares that were following the squares available. And if you answered the puzzle correctly, all of those circled squares, there were 4 in each case, spelled out Hill. And then you might have a few more squares after that to finish out the answer. But anyway, it sounds confusing, but when you look at it, it's pretty straightforward. The revealer clue was 67 across, which was certain fallacy, or what's indicated by every sign in this puzzle's grid. And that was slippery slope. And the signs were, they would have been black squares in a typical puzzle, but they made them different colors and shapes so that you would know as soon as you hit that, the rest of the clue went downhill. So for example, the first one was 16 across, which was source of fur in some luxury clothing. And it had 5 letters, and those 5 letters were CHINC, Chin-C. So, of course, the answer is chinchilla. But once you got to the C, you came to a green circle in a black square, but it was a green circle. And then after that, you had the 4 circled squares that spelled out hill, Hill. And so there you got chill. And then right after that L is an AS. That was also the answer to 25 across, which was sorry to say, or alas. So the L of hill and then the AS following it finishes out 16 across, chinchillas. And all of the subsequent theme clues were like that. You had part of the answer before a square that was a colored shape. Like we had the green circle, we had a blue square, we had a black diamond, we had a double diamond, black diamond, to tell you then after that shape, there were 4 circled squares where the word hill appeared, and then you might need to have a few letters after. So just keep going down or going across after you get down to the bottom of the hill.
Mm-hmm.
So we had, like I said, chinchillas. We had 44 across, which was the 2013 film whose titular character is captured by Somali pirates, and that was Captain Phillips. And you had the Captain P, and then a blue square, and then you had the 4 circle squares going down on an angle, HILL. And then once you got to the L, you had to go across a little bit for the IPS. So the Captain Phil, hill down, Ips, going across. So that was the second one. The third one was, the answer was British shilling. So you had British S and then a black diamond, 4 circle squares that went HILL downward, and then ING going across at the L.
Mm-hmm.
British shilling. And then the last one was bone chilling was the answer to 105 across. So you had bone C, then you had the double diamond shape in a square, and then hill went straight down, HILL. The answer the down answer there was Philly. So you have HILL, and then going across you had an ING where the answer was cling, 123 across. So you have bone chilling.
Right.
So slippery slope all over the puzzle. Very clever.
Mm-hmm.
I would think very much a challenge to put together, because first of all, you had to find all these rather long answers with the word hill in them. Then you had to position that hill going downward on and then think of another word that could finish out the answer to the original clue. That would take a lot, I would think. A lot of very careful planning as you put this puzzle together. And this puzzle was put together by Matt Pro and Jeffrey Martinovic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure quite how to pronounce Matt's last name, but anyway, good job.
Yes, indeed.
Excellent job.
They are students at Western University in London, Ontario.
Oh, really?
And one of them, apparently, I think Matt, is a big skier. I'm assuming those colors are somehow tied to to what you would see on the slopes. Like I think green might be sort of a bunny hill because it looks nice and friendly, and the blue looks okay. The diamond looks sort of dangerous, and the double diamond looks like you just drop straight
down. Yeah, interesting. Huh.
So, because otherwise it's sort of like, why are these shapes here?
Yeah. I thought, why don't you just have a blue square, yellow square, green square? But okay. Well, then that makes more sense.
No, I don't know that for sure, but I'm just sort of assuming.
Yes, and the 4 circled squares that spelled out hill, they did vary. You know, because the first one, it was a gentle slope. You had the H and then the IL on the next line, and then the L on the next line. The second one was a straight slope, HILL, on 4 separate lines. Then you had, with the British shilling, the H and then the IL were under one. The L was right under the I, so it made a pretty deep drop, and then the next L was over. But then the bone chilling, like I said, the hill went straight down.
Right.
So yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, and listeners, if you haven't seen this already, we always provide a link in the show notes to xwordinfo.com so you can see that puzzle all its glory.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I didn't find this, like I said, that hard, though. It was a great crossword, but it wasn't, there just wasn't a lot of pop culture, a lot of foreign foods.
Yeah.
My nemesis.
We had one mistake, and it was a dumb mistake because it was at 92 down, which was exile location for Napoleon, which was Elba. For some reason,
You put Elsa.
No, we put Alba.
Alba?
ALBA, because 91 across was very quickly pop in and out. That was teleport.
Right.
And you pronounce it teleport. So I guess we just stuck an A in there thinking, okay. But that was, of course, wrong. Teleport is spelled with an E, like telephone, and anything else that begins with tele.
Right.
So Alba became Elba, and the puzzle was solved. But it took us a while to find that. So
It always will on a 21 by 21 grid.
Oh yeah. And when it doesn't solve, it's like, oh shoot.
Yes. It turns into homework. It goes from being a puzzle to all right, whip out the magnifying glass.
And my partner, our daughter, she's just like, okay, well, let's look. Let's see if we can find something that looks odd, and so we look. And so finally I said, let's just go through each clue. And so that's what we did.
Well, isn't that when you're looking for something odd, isn't that what you're doing, going through every clue?
Well, no, we're just scanning all over the place,
I see.
does that look odd? What's the answer to that? Or what's the clue for that one? That
So
doesn't look like it's a real word.
So serendipity is your strategy at that point.
Exactly.
Do you feel lucky?
So one clue that I found quite amusing, and we were able to finish it once we got half of it done, was a 53 across, Philippine seaport with a repetitive name.
Yes.
And we got the last ILO, and it was 6 squares. So I'm like, it must be Ilo, or however that's pronounced. And it certainly was.
That sounds like a greeting. Ilo. Maybe. I don't know if we have any listeners from Ilo.
But I thought that was funny.
I started with 3 down. Mole, maybe. I got CIA, and I'm like, oh, it's a CIA agent. But it turned out to be a CIA asset.
Right.
I like the fact that those were asset and agent are both 5 letters, and the first and last letter agreed.
Yes.
I also like that we had 25 across. That was sorry to say, alas.
Yes.
And then we had 96 down, sources of distress, woes.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's true.
Don't know what to make of that, but I just thought it was an interesting juxtaposition.
They seem related. So I liked 100 across. A hairstyle that lasts only several months despite its name, perm.
Yes, that was great. We had 27 across, no goodnicks, so-and-sos.
Right.
I don't think anyone uses euphemisms anymore. They just describe people as they are, as they deserve to be described. But I do like so-and-sos.
Yes.
You so-and-so.
Yes. I had to explain to our daughter what a no goodnick is.
Oh.
She never heard that term. So I'm like, well, it came about early before the Cold War was over. So
I always thought it was part of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Well, yeah.
That's where I remember. Let's see. We had 37 across. That was cartoon being that lives in a mushroom, Smurf.
A Smurf, yes.
Did you know that right away?
I did. I'm sorry to say, but yes, I knew that.
I mean, I know the Smurfs are blue. I just didn't pay attention to where they lived.
They live in mushrooms, so they're very tiny.
We had 30 across, like Buffalo, New York, about 167 days a year, typically rainy.
Yeah. We
Wow.
put snowy.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
I wonder how that compares to Seattle.
Well, that's a good question because it means a lot there. We have a family out there.
We will have to see if we have any listeners from Seattle who would like to chip in with the correct statistic.
Yes.
Let's see. 41 down was notable feature of Hagrid or Gandalf, full beard.
That's right.
Took me a while to figure that one out.
Well, I knew it had to be something with a beard because they both have big bushy beards. So
Yeah, okay.
our daughter said, perhaps it's something to do with a staff. And I'm like, Hagrid doesn't carry a staff.
He has a sword, probably. Let's see. We had 70 down. I was surprised to see that a young turkey is known as a poult.
I was surprised to see that, too. I did not know. I had never seen that. And, I grew up on a farm, but so I'd never actually seen that word. But
Well, I think
Apparently, that's what they call young turkeys. So,
another word that I've never seen before, 102 down, metal shaping tool is assuage.
yes, I'd never seen that either.
Right. I think Shakespeare made that famous though. All the world's assuage.
No, not quite. That G, we had a great deal of trouble trying to figure out what letter actually went in there because it crossed with 121 across, pertaining to conflict in behavioral science.
Yes.
And it turned out to be
Agonistic.
Agonistic.
I know, I always have to pause as I'm about to read that because I really want to say agnostic.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, but it's agonistic. So we were trying all kinds of letters, and none of them worked. And so we knew then we must have a mistake somewhere else.
Mhm.
So we fixed that one, and then we went back to agonistic. And it actually we had left the G in there because it looked most right, and it solved. But we had no idea.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, what else do we have? We had 85 across. That was, it might be at the end of the road. Cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac, yes.
That was cute.
Uh-huh.
And did you know 57 down, that being org on TV's 911 LAPD?
No, but we got that through the crosses
sure.
easily. Uh-huh.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then we had 51 across. Tripled was Nona.
Yes.
That's sort of cute.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
A lot of great clues
Mhm.
in this
Yeah.
crossword.
Yeah.
And again, it was by Matt Proul and Jeffrey Martinovic.
Mm-hmm. A lot of fun.
Yes. Well done, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That is it for today then. So thanks everyone for listening.
Yes.
Hope you're enjoying this podcast. Let us know. Crosswordpodcast at iCloud.com. Monday's crosswords actually already out.
Yep.
We're going to tackle it and talk about it here tomorrow. See you then.
Bye-bye.